such an onus on situational football all throughout training camp and the preseason. How impressive was that final drive from Justin the offense to close the game out?
That's an outstanding defense. So to be able to do that against that defense makes it particularly exciting. We got a lot of respect for that football team. They're extremely well coached, and they're going to have a fantastic season. I really thought the story of the game was the way we played on third down. We were 14 of 19, and on that last drive, we complete 4 third down conversions and finish the game with the ball. And I thought we managed the clock extremely well. I felt like we mixed it, run and pass, so that they had to force them to burn their timeouts. And then when we had that big conversion there at the end of Keenan, we were able to finish the game with the ball, and that's what you're hoping for. So really proud of our operation offensively. Dan Smash, Aditya Krishnan up in the box helping us. It was a really good first time out.
How about your offensive line play? I mean, they basically, with those two bookends, they didn't even get close to them really, maybe one time.
I thought one of the stories in the game was how good a shape we were in. I felt like we played our best in the fourth quarter. I felt like our O-line, I think, the running totals against that team, the fact that we were able to run the football a little bit against that team, I think we had 29 for 90, but we had some really timely runs too. I felt like we were able to run it enough to keep those guys honest and keep those rushers off balance. And then I thought our protection plan was outstanding, and I thought that Justin did a great job of avoiding pressure when there was pressure. But you can't say enough about our O-line playing together, our backs and tight ends who are an extension of the O-line. And I thought that Storm Norton coming in from Bayern Balaga was outstanding in the second half. And it was a really good team win offensively for us.
Right, as Justin was last year, and obviously we saw a lot of third and longs that he was kind of converted. What did you kind of maybe see over the course of training camp? Things that he worked on maybe that allowed him to get to a point where
I think third down is so much about keeping yourself protected in this league, understanding your protection plan, and then knowing the coverages that you're going to face. And when it does get tight, hey, where am I going with the football? And I felt like we had a really good third down plan. We've got tough receivers to defend on third down when you have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Jared Cook, a back like Austin, Josh Palmer and Jalen Guyton I thought were outstanding. I think when you have weapons, it allows you to play better on third down because third down in the NFL is tough. And I think that blend offensively and then an O-lineman, an O-line group that just played, I felt like fantastic for their first time out together. Just can't say enough about our offense. Yeah, we knew this Taylor Heineke guy's a really good player. All you got to do is watch the Tampa playoff game, and all you got to do really is listen to the crowd when he came in the game. They have a lot of belief in this player, and there's good reason for it. We knew that the mobility was going to change. He did make a couple plays with his legs where we've got to make sure that our rush plan is more secure. But I felt like we did put a roof over the coverages for the most part, and I felt like that gave us a chance in the game.
Do you have an update on Brandon?
He has a lower back. Day to day, just didn't feel good enough to come back in that second half.
Is it related to the back thing he was dealing with last year?
I'm not sure yet.
Brandon, sorry, go ahead. The play that they call the fumble through the end zone.
Yeah.
Can you get a good look at that?
We thought we had a good look up in the box, and then New York phoned in and said that it was a fumble. We kind of felt like it was, really close, and Justin felt like it was really close. From my vantage point, I felt like it was close, but New York made the ruling, and we had to live with it. And I think that, I'm so proud of the way our offense responded because, we kind of had 2 red area turnovers, that one and then the interception, or else I think this is a different-looking movie. But I really love the way we responded, and we just really hung tough in that fourth quarter and played as a team to finish the game out.
Brandon, you guys scored that opening touchdown, but did you feel like there was a little bit of rust? It seemed like Justin and Jared Cook kind of took some time to get going, and do you feel like the offense kind of stalled a little bit?
I felt like our guys were, that first drive was executed about as well as you could execute, I think, against that defense for your first time out. There's always going to be first-time things, no matter how much you've played or haven't played, Fernando. I think it's a good point. I think that, we had some first-time stuff on both sides of the ball. I know defensively we'll play a lot better next time, but I felt like if we didn't have the drops in this football game, this guy throwing the football would have had a spectacular day. We had a couple of drops that really hurt us. But what I loved about it is, the way he is at quarterback, he ignites you when you have a drop. Okay, he's going right back to you, and that's what happened with Mike Williams. He kept going back to Mike, and Mike ended up making a bunch of big plays for us, right? And so I felt like that was a big story in the game was how resilient we were for some of those first-time mistakes on both sides of the ball and in the kicking game. I felt like we were able to hang tight, hang tough, and finish the game playing our best.
The opposed to roughing the passer penalties, the two of them? Did you get explanations?
The second one I thought was pretty, questionable. The first one, we got to do a better job. And regardless of the circumstance, we got to make sure that that's not part of who we are as a team. We had 6 penalties, and they were big ones. You have a pass interference penalty, illegal contact. We had a couple roughing the passers, and we can't play like that against the best people that we're going to play, certainly not on the road. But we were able to hang tight and kind of overcome it. I was really proud of the way we played defensively in that fourth quarter, kind of overcoming some of those penalties and kind of finishing those drives to get the ball back to our offense. And, you can't say enough about Asante forcing that fumble backed up. That's exactly what we needed. They turned the ball over. It's sudden change. They're backed up. Asante with an incredible cracker place. You can't play good run defense if your corners can't tackle. And there's no greater illustration of that than Asante. And we gave up a run in the first quarter where we didn't support the run. We missed the cracker place on the first series where Gibson had like the 25-yard run. So it'll be good for us to learn from that. But we just played team football there in the fourth quarter, and proud of our guys.
Brandon, an update on Justin Jones?
Justin Jones had some cramps, and it was one of those deals, man. He just couldn't come back from it. It was just that it was so tight, and it never loosened up, but just cramping.
Brandon, just to get the win here, coming west to east is always a tough deal. Just to get out of here in the opener with a win.
Yeah, you got to be able to win on the road in this league. In the history of the NFL, there have been 3 teams to make the Super Bowl that have a losing record on the road. Okay, so if you want to do anything in this league worth anything, you got to be able to win away from home. And I think the West Coast to East Coast thing is an illusion. It's what you make of it. And we came here to play. And whenever they tell us to play is when we're going to play. And I'm proud of the way we were ready to play. I'm proud of the way we finished the game. I think it showed that our team was in good shape, that we had a good training camp. Shout out to our sports performance department for getting these guys ready to play. And I felt like we finished the game with a lot of energy.
Brandon, for you, it's a special day, getting your first career victory of head coach in the regular season, but also I think today's your mother's birthday. Is that time very special for you?
Yeah, it's a big day. It was a big day for our country yesterday, and this weekend means so much to so many people. I think yesterday brings everybody together. 20 years for September 11th, and I know it affected this city as much as anywhere. When you're on the East Coast, you know what happened that day in D.C., in Pennsylvania, and then in New York City. And I think this weekend is an amazing reminder of the humanity, how it all brings us together when things like this happen as a country. And so it was good to kind of have that historical talk yesterday to our guys about, because everybody remembers where they were September 11th, 2001. And so we had a good talk about that. And I think what that does is it gives you the balance that you need as a competitor to know that there's something bigger than yourself out there. And then as it relates to today, it is my mother's birthday. And, she would be happy but not satisfied because we didn't play our best today. And so she would expect me to get on the plane and love the guys, but make sure we get going because we got to play better for us to be able to win. But I miss her a lot, and I'm proud to get this win. And I love her and miss her dearly. And I'm really glad that we're leaving here on the positive side of things because this plane ride home is going to mean a lot. It's going to be special.
What was your message to the players?
I just felt like we were a fourth quarter team. Our big goal during training camp was to become a team of teams where it's not a collection of pieces. We so often I think people talk about what pieces you have, and you have all this talent and you have all these players, and when are they going to talk about you as a team? And so that was our big mission statement during camp, is to become a team. And that's the way we won this game today. We won this game as a team in all 3 phases of the game. It was a fourth quarter game, which is where when you play the best teams that you're going to play, and I think that that's one of them, it's going to be a fourth quarter game. And I felt like that was the exciting part for us, was to get out of here with a win. And now we have to go back and watch this tape on the way home because there's much that we have to fix.
Brandon, just with Mike Williams, Joe and Justin have both talked all preseason training camp about getting more involved, particularly in the short intermediate areas.
Yeah.
How satisfied are you with how that sort of expressed itself, say, with Mike getting targeted, I think, 12 times in the game?
Yeah, huge. He's been playing really well in practice. He's come on strong, and you can see that he's such a weapon in the deep part of the field, but he's also a weapon in the short part of the field, intermediate too, because he's such a big target. I know that he can play better, but you can just see the value. The red zone touchdown You guys know analytically, statistics, they say red zone fades are low percentage. But what they don't tell you is when you throw them to the right people with the right matchup, they're a real high percentage. When you throw it to Mike Williams, that's a different statistical movie, and you can just see the value there. And then he had a bunch of in-breaks today that I thought were really, really big catches, and we missed him on the sluggo. He wants to have that one back, and I think it's exciting for him because he knows there's more production out there. And I think it's exciting. But I felt like, Daniel, to your point, we had a lot of balance today. Jared had 5 for 56. Jalen had 3 for 49. KJ came in, a couple times, had 3 for 30. Josh had a big catch for 17. I felt like we had good balance today, and that's what you need against a team like that.
And then just with Asante, obviously you got the pass interference call early, but like you said, came back with that big play in the run game. Is that sort of evidence of what you're going to have to deal with this season?
Yes.
The rookie corner, and how impressive was it that he bounced back?
Yes, Daniel. Great observations, and they're going to come at you. They're going to test you when you're a rookie. And I was a little disappointed. The coverage, the way it expressed itself on the pass interference, he was expecting there to be a post player there. And Nas had kind of like a poor read, and then DJ kind of made up for Nas. And so Asante was kind of playing the right leverage. And then as that down got extended, I don't put that completely on him. But what he did, to your point, was he responded in the game. He had a couple big tackles like that empty, like kind of throw out there to the flat where he made the big tackle, and I think they missed the field goal after that big third down like that. I mean, that's a lonely tackle now. He was able to finish that tackle, which was outstanding. And then to show his toughness, like the thing about the guy is he can get you the ball, and that's what he did at the end of the game. He went and got us the football. And he's got real toughness, and now what he's got to do is he's got to keep learning how the NFL is going to attack him because they're coming for him.
And just how did you feel like Nas played? I know he was banged up a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like he was a little up and down. I feel like he can play better, but I liked his energy out there. I feel like from a communication standpoint, he was on it, and I think that some of the first like Fernando talking about some of the first game stuff for him from a tackling standpoint and just from a full speed. I felt like that kind of showed itself a little bit, but he'll continue to improve.